So in today's session, we're going to be looking at user management. In our previous session, we looked at file privileges, and there was some very specific things that came with file. So every file has a owner, and that owner would determine who can use it. So basically, every owner would belong to a particular group, and that group will also maybe just say a group that okay, so basically a user will belong to a group, and a group may be consisting of just one user or multiple users. So every time you create a user, automatically you create a group. The reason is this: once you create a user, every user should belong to a particular group. And so if you create a user and you've not created a group, by default, the system will automatically create a group with the same name as the username. And that's how Linux handles the default users and default groups. Another thing we also saw was that there's always a root user who, by default, every system will have a root user, and that root user has permission and ability to do every single thing on the device. So if we look at what we did the last time, we noticed that every user, so let me just quickly go back to what we did the last time. 1 second, I'll be sharing my screen. So in our screen, we have a similar architecture from what we did the last time, and we can see that from the users, you realize that a user by default will also have a group which is having the same name as the user, and the permissions will be assigned to the groups. So for this kind of user, the user has the right read and execute permissions. And also for the group which this user is belonging to, they also have the read, write, and execute permission. But for every other user, they have only read and execute on that particular folder, which is the new new 2 folder. So this is technically how files have given permission, but the question will be, how do we go about it and then give or create multiple users and groups? And that's the essence of this lesson.